Hello, everybody. I'm Sanji. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time stopping by, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate you checking me out. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much. I definitely appreciate your support. If you are new here, what I encourage everyone to do is to, of course, watch the video, take in the information being provided, and then give me some feedback on it. You agree, you don't agree, and I encourage you to share your experiences. Why? Because that's how we learn. We learn from each other. At least that's what we do around here. There's only one condition, and the condition is not that you agree with everything that's being said, because you, of course, can disagree, and you can even disagree strongly, but you must do it in a respectful manner. So express yourself as much as you like, but do it respectfully. Okay? So watch the video. Hopefully at the end, you'll be kind enough to subscribe. Feel free to share the video with other people. I'd very much appreciate it if you would like it, and definitely comment. Alrighty, so that's it. Business is out of the way. Look, everybody, it only took 1 minute and 32 seconds. That was for all the people that complain. Gotta do it, folks. Gotta do it. It's a part of the thing, you know. Alrighty, so let's get into it. Today's video is about the 5. That's right, the 5 zodiac signs who argue the most. Now, am I telling you that these people like to argue? Yeah. Not necessarily. No, of course. Here's the disclaimer. The 5 videos, the 5 zodiac signs that I tell you about, yes, there are some exceptions to the rule. Yes, they may have some kinder, gentler elements in their entire birth chart. But right now, we're just going to look at the sun signs. And we're going to talk about those sun signs that like to mix it up with you. They do not mind a good argument, okay? So there are certain people in your life who you can talk to about anything, right? Everybody's got that. And then there are other people who can make you feel like you're walking on eggshells when you're around them. That's just their energy. You just either they're tense or they make you feel tense. It just whatever it is, it just doesn't gel with you, right? So you're not quite sure what to say when you're talking to them, or you're real cagey, you're rethinking your words before you say it, because you know that this person can have a tendency to be real quick on the trigger and be kind of explosive. You know those kind of people, right? Am I the only one that know those kind of people? Y'all know those people. Y'all work with some of them people. All right. And no matter how much time you spend with them trying to smooth it out or find out what the issue is, like what caused this thing, you can't seem to put your finger on it, right? And you just, what's the trigger? But if you really think about it, you'll realize that these people just have a propensity towards that behavior. And there are astrologically zodiac signs who escalate fights quickly. That's right. They may even easily translate to your friends who have eggshell kinds of feelings about it. And this behavior, although they can control it, so let's not start that. I can't see. I'm a blah, blah, blah. So therefore I got to punch in the mouth. No. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that astrologically, there are certain zodiac signs just more likely to turn a heated conversation into a blown out fight. That's right. And depending on the sign, your sign, you may be able to deal with it well and engage in a healthy debate, de-escalate it, or they might have picked the right one and you're another one of those zodiac signs and you get it popping. God. All righty. Well, we're going to find out what those 5 zodiac signs are. And if you find out that you indeed are one of those signs, then perhaps let me know in the comment section that I need to make a video to help you take it down when other folks make the mistake of coming for you. So, have you guessed? I want you guys to guess the 5 zodiac signs you think can take something very small and turn it into a whole big blowout just because. You got your 5? I think I know my 5. I'm gonna let you know the 5. You ready? Let's go. Okay, so the first sign that isn't afraid to mix it up with you and turn this thing into a big old argument is none other than Scorpio. That's right. Anyone born from the sun between October 23rd to November 21st is a Scorpio, okay? And that is candidate number 1. Now, Scorpios aren't big fighters necessarily as much as they are quick escalators. Scorpios can go from 0 to 60 before you've even had a moment to realize that you've offended them in some kind of way, okay? When you've offended a Scorpio or triggered their defense, you're definitely gonna know it, all right? Their personalities will inflate and their adrenaline gets going, and that whole tone of the conversation is gonna change just like that. Yeah. And instead of putting up a good fight, now a Scorpio may think to do something else. Yeah. They're gonna sting you to the end. Oh yeah. They'll say something that they will believe is going to totally break you down. Yes. And even if you didn't mean to hurt them too doggone bad, because this is Scorpio's world and you are now in it. That's right. So if you offend a Scorpio, it's going to be in your best interest to stay calm and avoid raising your own haunches. That's right. Don't get your back legs up in defense of them because they just gonna sting you more. Yeah, they're not gonna back away. Come here, zip. That's a fight with a Scorpio. So here's my advice to you. Just back away slowly. Try to apologize for the offense. And even though you don't know what you're apologizing for, just let them have that. Give them their space because, baby, ain't no winning that fight. Give them time. Let time. Because, Scorpios are reflective. But if they got their stinger out and they zapping you, they don't hear you. You are the opponent. You are the adversary. And you're going down. All right. So that's zodiac sign number 1 that likes to argue. They are not afraid to mix it up. Scorpio. Zit. Okay, so the second sign, number 2, is none other than Taurus. That's right. Anyone born from April 20th to May 20th is indeed a Taurus person. And a Taurian is not afraid to mix it up. All right, so here's the deal with the Taurus, okay? Now, the bull isn't a natural fighter unless you threaten it, all right? So you got to get that visual in mind, You start waving that thing at that bull's face, they gonna come for you, all right? So you see the visual, you got it. Yeah. All right, let me keep going. All right, now a Taurus isn't going to pick a fight with you. They're not. They want to mind their business. They're in their own space. Leave me alone. I'm going to leave you alone. But if you get into a disagreement with a Taurus person, you might as well get yourself comfortable because it's going to go on for a while. they're not gonna let it go because you waved them in. So now they gotta take you down. See, the Taurus personality does not like to admit when they are wrong. Okay? It can't, even if it gets in here and they kind of thinking, I might be a little bit wrong. That transfers from that thought to their mouth. It's a long road. I don't know. From here to there, it gets caught up and it just can't, they can't get it out, alrighty? And that's mostly because, well, they rarely believe that they're wrong. So even if they get the thought that I'm wrong, they cancel it out. It goes across. Instead of coming out and saying, maybe I'm wrong, they go, nah, I'm not wrong. That's how the Taurus is processing your disagreement, all right? Because the Taurian is incredibly confident in their convictions and they are quick to defend their actions, even if the evidence is against them, all right? That's just what it is. So you may not win a fight with a Taurian, okay? A Taurus person, yeah, that's rare, all right? So here's my advice, okay? Try to diffuse the argument immediately. When you realize that you waved that thing in the Taurus's face, be like, oh, my bad. Back away from that thing, okay? Or be prepared to dig in and let this thing go on and on and on. Or just suck it up, know you right in your head and just apologize and hope they calm the hell on down. But those are your options when you're arguing with a Taurus. So, best to avoid it because they are number 2 on the list. But if you just can't avoid it, try to diffuse it, walk away from it, and just apologize because ruin your whole doggone month. Yeah, I said month. Tori is not going to let that thing go. So apologize and just get on out the way. So that's it. You're number 2, Zodiac sign. Not afraid to argue. None other than Taurus. Taurus, y'all ought to knock it off. I ain't starting no mess with you, Taurus. Here we are, number 3. Are you ready for it? Did you get the first 2 right? Well, number 3 is none other than fiery Leo. That's right. Anyone born from July 23rd to August 22nd is none other than sun sign Leo. And the Leo personality is fierce, right? Okay? And just in the same way that they can be your closest, most confident friend there for you, they can be your biggest opponents and they are not afraid to show you. So when you're having a disagreement with a Leo person that easily could be resolved or diffused, see, the Leo personality will have trouble resisting the urge to intensify it, all right? Especially if you accidentally or intentionally triggered a vulnerable place for them. So it gets really bad because if you were somebody that the Leo trusted and therefore they feel like you use some kind of information against them to comfort them, baby, woo, just expect some explosive language, some heated accusations, and a lack of boundaries when fighting with a Leo. Because in their mind, you went there, so therefore you deserve to be destroyed. That's right. Think of that lion. Think of that lion coming for you. And that lion has locked on you, and you know it. You're not outrunning that lion. That lion is coming for you full speed, and they're going to take you down. That is the mentality of that Leo. Alrighty? So the more you try to defend yourself, the more they will escalate. So your best bet for extinguishing a fight with a Leo is don't get into one. Okay, so you're all right, you're into one. Let me give you some advice. Your best advice, I got some for you. Be apologetic. That's right. Be the bigger person. You know, you see that line, you see nostrils flaring. You see it, all right? You see that's coming, rise above it and say, I apologize, all right? Try to diffuse it. Find whatever shred of empathy you can for your Leo opponent and let that energy simmer, especially if you are a close friend of theirs and you made the little, verbal mistake of letting something come out of your mouth that they trusted you with. You got swallow it back up real quick. All right? It was a mistake. Then try to figure out what emotional space you triggered for them the last time they exploded on you and avoid it the next time you have to have the same conversation. So you want to be like, oh, my bad. I did not mean to go there. I apologize. Wait a minute. You took it the wrong way. That's not what it meant. Clean up, sweep it up, get rid of it because you do not want that Leo to lock in on you because it is going to be vicious, like a mauling, like, what the lion does to the prey. And you're the prey. So get out of there. That's my advice to you. So the number 3 person that doesn't mind getting into an argument with you and taking you down is none other than fiery Leo, the lion. Leo, stop destroying people out there. They didn't mean it, Leo. Calm down. Calm yourself. Alrighty, so here we are at number 4. And number 4 is a little bit shocking. I mean, it was to me. As number 4 is none other than Cancer. Yes, Cancer, June 21st to July 22nd. Anybody with the birthday on or in between those days is none other than our water sign, Cancer. Now, Cancers, I think of them as gentle. I don't know why, but clearly I'm in the wrong mindset for this video. Let me tell you why. So now Cancerians might be quiet, right? And emotionally intelligent and mature people, right? That's what Cancers are. But their feelings run deep. Cancerians are intense. People forget that about them because they have a tendency to fall back and stay in their lane, okay? So you need to remember, though, they're a serious thing. So be extra careful when talking to a Cancerian about a sensitive subject. Because if you hurt their feelings in any way, they're going to hold it against you. Oh, yeah, the Cancerian, yeah, that's a grudge holder. Like, they can hold it forever. Forever, ever. So be mindful of that. Put that back there. Alrighty? So months or years after you have a fight with the Cancerian, all this time passed, right? They're going to bring up the ways in which you scorn them. Even if the fight got completely resolved, it is never... Did you hear me? Let me do it again. Never forgotten. Alright? So there's some Cancer in that chart, especially that sun. It's not forgotten. Might get forgiven. Ain't no forgotten. Oh no. So here's my advice to you when you're dealing with a Cancerian. Choose your words carefully. That's right. Think it through. Think it. Practice it. Don't just let it come out. No, you want to run that thing through a filter. And no matter how stoic or calm your Cancer friend might seem as they're receiving your words, make sure to be incredibly gentle with those words and think about the ways in which you might offend them before you speak. Like I said, you might want to practice in the mirror. Yes, indeed. Because unless you are worried or want a war to go on, a silent one forever, you want to go ahead and practice. You know, what's a little extra 3 minutes. And if you have to mix it up with the Cancer right then and there, listen to me. Choose your words wisely. And whatever you do, make sure you can live with what you say. Because you're going to have to live with it forever. Forever, ever. I'm serious. Listen to me. This I know. Alrighty, so the number 4 sign that doesn't mind mixing it up with you in an argument, and the number 1 sign you don't really want to mix it up with, is none other than Cancer. Cancer, y'all hold a grudge better than anybody. Golly. Watch what you say to Cancer. Number 4. Okay, so here we are at number 5. If you guys saw my outtakes, you would be cracking up. Anyway, number 5 is none other than Gemini. That's right, Gemini. Anybody born from May 21st to June 20th is sun sign Gemini. And Gemini is number 5 for not being afraid to get into an argument with you and mix that thing up. Okay, so here's the thing about the Gemini, all right? Geminis are supposed to be those great communicators, right? Everybody tells you, you know, they have the power of vocabulary. They can talk with the best of them. But Geminis, now they're not fighters, but they are a gamble personality when it comes to anticipating their reactions. Remember, you know, you got the nice sunny side. How you doing, Gemini? And then you got, excuse me, what you say? Oh, you got me. All right, yeah. Okay, so two sides. So you want to be mindful of that when you're dealing with the twins. Because depending upon their mood, they might respond to one conversation 2 different ways. So you want to test the temperature of your Gemini before you just go ahead and hop on in there. Now, if you catch a Gemini on a day that they are connecting more with their emotional personality traits, then you might really set them off, all right? And make them defensive and shut down on you. But if you catch them on a day where they are feeling more confident, then you can easily get through to them. It's just a gamble. And you need to know, hear me good, it's a day-to-day struggle. All right? So you need to, before you decide that you're going to mix it up or say something that might be a little controversial, test that water. That's right. How you doing today, Gemini? Yeah, that ain't the day to bring it up. But if they're like, hey, how you doing? You know, it's a 50-50 gamble. Because remember, this is still Gemini. And you might say something and they go from to pop off. That's just a Gemini. So before you bring up an intense subject matter with Gemini, prepare yourself for the 2 different outcomes. All right? Now, sure, they might embrace what you have to say with open ears and arms, an open heart, receive it. And, you know, it's all yum, fantastic. Whew, that's great. That's the Gemini we want to have a conversation with. However, there is a chance that you're going to say what you need to say. Might be the same thing we just talked about. And they're going to bite your head off. All the way off. They're not going to nibble. They're not going to just give you a little warning shot. No, they're going to take the whole entire head. All right? So you want to, here's my advice. Let me give it to you again. When you're dealing with the Gemini, you want to, tap on it a little bit. You want, hey, how are we today? Everything good? I was thinking perhaps we could have a little conversation. And if that snapback come like, what? If you can let it go, let that thing go. But if not, then be prepared to get it. All right? Because it can go on and on and on. And they have the gift of gab. So they're going to hit you with some things. And Gemini be having those hidden crazy facts. And they be holding on to things. But in this particular moment, the Gemini stores up. Just so when you catch them on the day they don't want to get caught, they're going to hit you with that. And it comes out feeling like low blows. But blame it on the Gemini thing. I don't know what to tell you. Other than take my advice, go on in there and test it. So that's what you have to do with a Gemini. Just know sometimes when you test it and it felt like it was a good thing, that thing still go wrong. The best thing for you to do is just let them have it, because you're just not going to out-talk them. You're not going to do it. It's just, let it go. Okay? All right. Number 5, none other than Gemini. Did I tell them about you, Gemini? Yeah, I know I did. I know I'm right. Don't even question me about it. Just hit my amens in the comment section. Alrighty, so that was all 5. Did you guess them? I was a little surprised. I gotta tell you, I was surprised to see Cancer in there. I don't know why I was so surprised, but I was. So anyway, that's the video. Regardless of someone's sun sign, whatever their zodiac sign is, you have to know that some people in your life are just more prone towards being argumentative than others, right? And if that's not your style, that's okay. All right. This video was just to let you know that there are those sun signs that they aren't afraid to mix it up. So if you have your own list from your own personal life experience, let me know. I thought for sure Aries was going to make the top 5, but they didn't. They're probably number 6 or 7. Sorry, Aries, okay? But in any event, it's all about figuring out the best way to communicate with them so that you can have peaceful, harmonious relationships in your personal life and in your professional one. Alrighty, look forward to your comments below. Hey, sound off if I put you in the top 5 and you are not that way. I'm not afraid of a good fight. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button. Don't forget the bell so you'll know the next time I upload new content. Thanks again. See you in the comments section. Don't argue with anybody. Work it out. Bye-bye.